Good afternoon. Today we start unit number 2, diffraction of light. So what is diffraction? In first unit we have learned about interference. Okay, and in this lecture we learn about what is diffraction of light. Okay, when waves come across obstacle, or openings, they bend round the edges of the obstacle. If the dimension of the obstacles are comparable to the wavelength of the waves, the bending of waves around the obstacle are called as diffraction. What? The bending of waves around the edges of an obstacle is called as diffraction of light. Suppose this is your source and this is an obstacle, and suppose this is your screen. Okay, and the waves coming from this source is incident on the edges of an obstacle. And the edges of an obstacle, then the waves are bended. These bending of waves are called as diffraction. Okay. Suppose this is an obstacle AB and this is point C and this is point D. The intensity on this point, which is below point C, is decreases. Okay, suppose point at that point the intensity is maximum, so below this C point the intensity is minimum, and from D, above D point the intensity is minimum. Okay, and this is a shadow of this obstacle. Such type of pattern are called as diffraction. Okay, means what? When waves come across obstacle or opening of an obstacles, they bend round the edges of an obstacles, and if the dimensions of the obstacle are comparable to the wavelength of the wave, the bending of waves around the edges of an obstacle is called as diffraction. What is diffraction? That is the bending of waves around the edges of an obstacle is called diffraction. Okay, so remember this, that is the bending of waves around the edges of an obstacle is called as diffraction. So this figure shows the bending of waves around the sharp edges of an obstacle AB, and region CD are the screen. This is the screen. This is the obstacle, and this is the source of light. Okay. The screen is termed as a geometrical shadow of an. This is screen is a geometrical shadow of the obstacle AB. Due to the bending of edges, some light can reach the points just below the C and just above D. Bending of light at sharp corners. Bending of light at sharp corners are sharp edges of an obstacle whose size is comparable to the wavelength of light is called as diffraction. Is called as diffraction, and the distribution of light intensity on the screen is called as diffraction pattern. When the opening is large, suppose the opening is large as compared to the wavelength, then the waves do not bend round the edges of an obstacle. Okay, means what? When the opening is large or very large obstacle, then the wavelength of the waves are not comparable to the obstacle. Then the waves do not bend round the edges, and when the opening is small, and the bending round the edges is noticeable. Okay. Then the obstacle is comparable to the wavelength of the source. Then the diffraction pattern is observed. There are two types of diffraction. That is Fresnel diffraction, and second is Fraunhofer diffraction. Okay. What are the types of diffraction of light? That is first Fresnel's diffraction. Okay. Second is Fraunhofer diffraction. When source and screen. Okay. In Fresnel diffraction, either the source of light or the screen, or both, that is screen and source. Source are at finite distance from the diffracting obstacle or the aperture, then this type of diffraction is called as Fresnel diffraction. म्हणजे काय? तर Fresnel diffraction मध्ये सोर्स ऑफ लाईट आणि स्क्रीन हे ऑब्स्टॅकल पासून फायनाइट डिस्टन्स वर असतात. ओके, त्याला जो काही डिफ्रॅक्शन पॅटर्न ऑब्झर्व होतो त्याला म्हणतात Fresnel diffraction pattern. ओके, म्हणजे काय एकदा बघा, Fresnel diffraction म्हणजे काय? In Fresnel diffraction, either the source or the screen or both are at finite distance from the obstacle is called as Fresnel diffraction. The diffraction effect at any point on the screen is due to the exposed incident wavefront and not due to the wavefront block. Okay, this type of diffraction occur due to the exposure of light. Okay, not block the light. Okay, therefore the wavefronts are divergent and not in plane. Therefore, the wavefront is divergent and not in plane. The entire analysis of Fresnel diffraction is based on Huygens-Fresnel principle of secondary wavelets, either spherical or cylindrical. To observe the Fresnel diffraction effect, no lenses in to observe the Fresnel diffraction, no lenses or mirrors are required. Okay, but in other diffraction pattern, we require lenses. Okay, for focus, because in this form of diffraction pattern, diffraction case, the source and the screen are infinite distance from the abstract. Okay. Now we see the four upper diffraction. In this case of diffraction, the source of light and the screen, are effectively at infinite distance. And Fresnel diffraction means here finite distance. Okay. Here the screen and the source is at finite distance from the obstacle. Okay. And in one upper diffraction, source and the screen are infinite distance from the obstacle. The source of light and the screen are effectively at infinite distance from the diffracting obstacle or aperture. As the distance are infinite, the incident wavefront is plane. In which rays of light are parallel to the one another. Here the wavefront is plane. Okay. Here the incident wavefront is plane, in which the rays of light are parallel to the one another. The diffraction pattern can be observed by placing the source of light and the screen in the focal planes of two lenses, that is convex lenses. The first lens makes the rays of light parallel from the source, and the second lens, which is placed behind the aperture, makes the rays parallel for the screen. Okay. In the laboratory, for example, diffraction is obtained with the help of spectrometer. The diffracting aperture is placed on the prism table. The collimator lens renders the rays of light parallel and telescope receives parallel rays on its focal plane. Okay. So the diagram of Fresnel diffraction. Fresnel diffraction का diagram हो गया. The source, suppose this is an aperture, this is the sharp edge of this aperture. Okay, and this is your screen. So at that point, and this is the slit or aperture. This is the aperture. This is the slit, and this is the aperture. This slit. Okay. So this source and this is screen is at finite distance from the obstacle. This slit is an obstacle. Okay. And this is the diagram of Fresnel diffraction. the convex lens. So this is the incident wave of light. These rays are parallel by this lens. Another convex lens. This lens is provided for the what is the function of this lens? This lens coming from this aperture makes parallel for the screen. Okay. This is screen and this is slit. This is lens. And this is the source of light. Okay, this is the diagram for our diffraction. Okay, so what we learn in this lecture, we define a diffraction of light. What is diffraction of light? The bending of waves around the edges of an obstacle is called as diffraction. Okay, and there are two types of diffraction. That is, first one is the Fresnel diffraction and second one is the Fraunhofer diffraction. In Fresnel diffraction, the source are either source or screen or both are at finite distance from the obstacle or aperture. Okay, this type of arrangement is called as Fresnel diffraction. And second, in Fraunhofer case, the screen and the source are at infinite distance from the obstacle or aperture. Okay, therefore, in Fraunhofer diffraction, we require lenses or mirrors. Okay, naturally lenses are required for Fraunhofer diffraction. In Fresnel diffraction, we cannot require lenses and lenses or mirrors. Okay, so the incident wavelength for Fresnel diffraction is not plane. Okay, in incident wavelength for Fraunhofer diffraction is plane. Okay. This is the difference between Fresnel diffraction and Fraunhofer diffraction. In next lecture, we find out the assumptions of Fresnel's theory.